Hello and welcome to the video. 10 games I believe will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. This is a video that is hugely speculative. This is my predictions, my speculation. Hope you like what I have to say, and please do comment your opinions as well and tell me what games you think. Don't take this as set in stone because it's not. Just enjoy it. Here's the first one. First game I believe will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And I think this one might come relatively soon, and this game is a new Super Mario 3D game. So what this is a game like Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, all those kinds of games. They are the games that are considered to be the 3D Mario games. And I believe on the next console, on the Nintendo Switch successor, we will see a new 3D Mario game. I think this is a very obvious pick. I can see this happening. I think it'll be awesome to see this. I feel like after playing Bowser's Fury and seeing a more open area kind of game, open world game, I feel like this might be the step that Nintendo take with the next Mario 3D game, where it's more like an open world Mario game. I would love to see that, and I think it's possible. So Nintendo, please make it happen. The next game I think will come out on Nintendo Switch 2. I think this one is a bit more obvious. I think this one will definitely happen, and I think this game will be Splatoon 4. And the reason for this is because Splatoon right now is one of the mega big heavy hitters on Nintendo. The Splatoon games are super successful and really popular at the moment. They are literally considered to be the online game to play on Nintendo Switch. I can easily see a new Splatoon game coming to the Switch 2 successor, and I think this will be Splatoon 4 or some kind of spin-off or something like that. Yeah, Splatoon 3 was fine, it was good, and I think people will want to continue playing that series, so Nintendo will want to rush out a new Splatoon, I think, just so that people are still playing Splatoon. The next game I believe will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and I think this game might not be as obvious, but I think it's likely to happen purely because we haven't seen a game from this series since Nintendo Wii U, and this game is Star Fox. I think Star Fox will be getting a new game on the Nintendo Switch successor, whatever you want to call it. We don't know what it's called yet. Like I say, this is all speculation, so all of these answers could be wrong. Star Fox I think is a great pick just purely because we've not seen a Star Fox game for a while now, so I think this is a good place to return to that series, get people back on board with it, especially if there's going to be a new gimmick with this console. I don't want it to go down the route of what they did with the Wii U game, Star Fox Zero. I feel like they might have messed up a little bit with the dual screen gameplay. I think it probably didn't work so much. Can maybe see it happening again where they have like some kind of gimmick for Star Fox. Maybe they might execute it better. Maybe there's gyro control this time out or something like that. I can see a new Star Fox game coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Continuing with a game series that I feel will be coming back into the spotlight. I think this game will get a revival, but I can see this game coming to Nintendo Switch as a bit of a one-off. Maybe it's a bit of a curveball that Nintendo throw at some point during the Switch 2's life cycle, and this game is a 3D Ice Climbers game. I think Ice Climbers should return. They should make an Ice Climbers 3D game, give it the Kirby Forgotten Land style treatment. I think it would be a great left turn from Nintendo and a great stunt, in fact. The game series that has only really seen most viewing from Super Smash Bros, and I feel like seeing a proper 3D Ice Climbers game would be a great move. 3D gameplay, platforming with the Ice Climbers. The 2 players could be a thing as well. I could see 2 players being a multiplayer kind of game. I feel like it's a game that I would like to delve into and see more of, so I could see it happening, and I think it's an interesting choice. Next is F-Zero, and this is getting into a list of game series that I feel will return. I feel like Nintendo have got a few game series that they've just completely forgotten about, and I think this is their opportunity to take on the chance of bringing them back to form for people who need to discover these series. F-Zero I think is a great choice for this. We haven't had a F-Zero game since I believe the GameCube, apart from the F-Zero 99 on Nintendo Switch, which was an F-Zero game, but it wasn't a true like proper 3D F-Zero game. I feel like seeing a proper full HD next gen F-Zero game would be awesome. And to show off the capability and skills of the new Nintendo Switch successor, I could honestly see F-Zero being a great tech demo, great tech piece for the game console. It's a series that we need to see more of. Obviously Captain Falcon is a great character. The series has some amazing iconic tracks as well. Hoping for an F-Zero game. I think Bayonetta 4 will definitely come to Nintendo Switch 2 at some point. Nintendo Switch did have Bayonetta 3 on it. It also had the Bayonetta spin-off, Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. I think that is a sign that Nintendo want to push Bayonetta. So I can see Bayonetta 4 coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And obviously if you did play Bayonetta 3, I won't spoil it, but the game opened up that there was a sequel coming. So I can see that there is a sequel definitely coming to this series. Yeah, I won't spoil it, but obviously, yeah, if the game is telling us anyway that there's probably a sequel coming, I can see the sequel definitely coming to Nintendo Switch 2. With Bayonetta being most of the series available on Nintendo Switch already, I think Nintendo have really high hopes for the Bayonetta series, and I think Bayonetta 4 will be a great showpiece. A more mature game for the console. Moving on, we now have a game which I think this one's pretty obvious, and I think we'll get this one pretty soon, I imagine. And this game is Fire Emblem. I think Fire Emblem is going to get a new game on Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, Fire Emblem is huge, especially in the eastern side of the world. It's literally one of Nintendo's biggest series now. It's gotten bigger over here in the West recently, ever since probably like Awakening or Three Houses, that kind of era. I can see there being a new Fire Emblem game coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and I feel like this will be a relatively soon pick, maybe in the first 1 to 3 years of the life cycle of the Switch too. So I think it will happen. Yeah, I mean, I think that's an obvious pick. Nintendo seem to love Fire Emblem. You've seen how many characters from the Fire Emblem series are in Super Smash Bros. It seems to be Nintendo's favourite series at the moment. So yeah, Fire Emblem. Yeah, I think it's coming. I would like to know what it's called, and I could maybe see a remake. Could be any of the games, I think. Tell me in the comments what Fire Emblem remake we will see. I would like to know what you think. Next up is Kid Icarus. I feel like Kid Icarus is definitely a game series that Nintendo should push more, and I think they know that themselves, especially with the popularity of Kid Icarus Uprising, and the fear is that we were going to get a Nintendo Switch remaster of the game. Obviously it was hinted at. Sakurai himself even said, wink wink, that it was going to get a remake. It hasn't happened yet, and I feel like there is rumours for it, but I could see a new Kid Icarus game instead of a remake. I would feel like Nintendo might want to move on from Uprising and just have a brand new Kid Icarus game in a way. Uprising was fun, a lot of fun. With a new control scheme, that game would have been even better, because the 3DS version, I mean, it was fun as well, but it was a very hand crampy game, to the point you actually had to use a little stand the game came with to help with some of the finicky movements of the game. I can see Kid Icarus coming to Nintendo Switch 2, or the successor, wherever it's called. We don't know yet. I don't know yet. This is just speculation. I will just remind you of that. This is not set in stone. I don't know anything about Nintendo, really. I just make stupid videos on the internet. Next up is Pokemon. It's going to happen, guys. We all know it's going to happen. Me and you both know that this series is getting a new game on the Switch successor. We know it. It's happening. Pokemon is easily Nintendo's biggest IP. Maybe after Mario, same as Zelda, I suppose. But yeah, Pokemon is huge. Obviously, it's the biggest media franchise ever in any kind of format. Pokemon is coming. I would like to personally see a remaster of Violet and Scarlet, where they fix up the bugs, make it a little bit more playable, I guess, like get rid of the glitches. But I can see that they're just going to go to a next generation, I think, or the next gen of Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet's been there, done that now. I suppose the DLC has been released for it. Just give us a new gen, but make it playable this time, Nintendo, please. Get Game Freak to make a game that isn't rushed. Scarlet and Violet felt very rushed when they were released. I don't know if that's because they were trying to release it around the Christmas holiday seasons. That's inevitable that it's going to happen. I feel Pokemon is just a game series that is so popular. It's going to happen. However it be, whether it's back to the 2D style, where it's literally just directionals. I would like to see that, and maybe 2D sprites could return. I feel like that could work. HD 2D format with Pokemon would work quite nicely. Kind of like the Octopath Traveler. I feel like Octopath Traveler's got a nice style. I feel like that style is quite nice, and I feel like it would work with Pokemon. But I feel like Game Freak do want to push the whole 3D style that they are pushing with the current Pokemon games, and I like that as well. I like a full 3D Pokemon. I just want a nice looking 3D Pokemon that plays well. That's kind of key. And last but not least is, and I think this one is pretty much inevitable as well, I don't know how they're going to top the last game though, because the last game was unreal with the amount of content that was in it and the amount of characters. And if you haven't guessed already, it's Super Smash Bros. 6, the sequel to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I don't know what Nintendo are going to do with this game. I really don't. I don't know how it's going to work out, because Ultimate was pretty much on paper the perfect Super Smash Bros. Game. Whatever they do with the next Super Smash Bros. Game, I don't know if they're going to add new characters. Are they going to strip it down a little bit and make it a smaller game? I don't know. It's a hard one, because there's so much potential for this game that, we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm looking forward to it. What is the next Smash Bros. Game going to be? How is it going to play? What's it going to look like? I mean, the last one was crazy. Like, the amount of characters that were just in that game that I'd never thought would ever be in a Smash Bros. Game. For example, Minecraft Steve and Sora. What? But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've made videos in the past on this channel, actually, where I spoke about predictions for Smash Bros. So, yeah, you can check them out. They are in my, like, channel, so check them out if you haven't already. So, yeah, I guess that is kind of my picks. Smash Bros., Pokemon, Kid Icarus, Fire Emblem, Bayonetta 4, F-Zero, Ice Climbers, Star Fox, Splatoon 4, and 3D Mario. I have actually got another video which you can check out. This was my last video, and I actually made a collab video with some friends who also predict games that were going to come out on the Nintendo Switch 2 within the first 2 years. So if you are interested and you've enjoyed this video, go check that video out here. I'll just put that right there. And please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year. So thank you if you are helping out. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Bye.